welcome you to this channel. My name is Raymond Mutuku, and I'm very happy to welcome you. If you're new to this channel, tell me where you're watching me from. I'm very happy this morning to welcome you. Having said that, I want to say something. Allow me to continue with the stream this morning to this channel, and I'm very happy. Let us continue with our stream. So I was listening to the arguments of this man called James Orengo, and I must say, and to be honest, my dear brothers and sisters, to be honest, in fact, I was just laughing inwardly, because what he was saying was exactly what I expected. They go and listen to the interview of James Orengo. He said, and point and note, that the imperial president is back. There's a problem in Kenya where people either knowingly or unknowingly they worship the office of the president. Having that in mind, I want to say that there's one point that James Orengo said, and I want to share it today, and that is what is guiding my analysis. He said that there are few greedy elements in ODM. And ladies and gentlemen, as long as there are few greedy elements in ODM, it means that ODM is up for sale. Are we together? William Ruto, and in return, they will direct all the votes to him. And I've already given you the mathematics, very simple mathematics. And I've told you today on 6th of March 2026 that this is a sure bet, And in fact, UDA just only needs to do one thing, to swallow ODM. In fact, that is exactly what will happen. You see, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to help you guys. You see, even without doing anything, Ruto has already 5 million in the bag. 5 million in the bag already. He just needs one to swallow one other political party. And the only willing political party that is available to be swallowed is ODM. That is the party that has shown interest to be swallowed. It has declared its interest that it wants to be swallowed by UDA. Already, ladies and gentlemen, already ODM has offered itself as a willing sacrifice to be swallowed by UDA. Even if you are William Ruto, what would you do? So, ladies and gentlemen, all that William needs to do is to swallow ODM fully. And, you see, just convince Merus to give him another 1 million. And even without even moving out of State House. Oh, you want me to repeat? Good. I'll repeat for you. Thank you. I'll repeat for you. Okay? Yes, we do this very early. I'm going to give you the mathematics. How you're going to lose in 2027. You're going to lose big time. All right? Because William Ruto already has 5 million in the bag. 5 million in the bag. All he needs to do is to swallow ODM. And ODM already has shown its intention to be swallowed. That's another 3 million in the bag. already. Another one. How many millions are those? 9 million already. Even without moving from the State House, even without campaigning. Ladies and gentlemen, and I've been appealing and appealing and appealing. You know, it's not too early to tell. If you hear, woo, woo, does that sound like? If it sounds like a dog, it is a dog. All right? If it sounds like a dog, my friends, it is a dog. It is not a lion. If you hear woo, woo, then probably that is a dog. All right? So what they need to do is very simple. You can even tell. They will tell Kindiki to step down. And they give the deputy to a Jaluo. And that's it. The people who are saying there will be violence in 2027, there will not be violence. The Luos will have ugali on their table. Where violence? So this is very clear. It is very clear, like a water in a bottle. It's very clear. So all these guys who are campaigning, saying, oh, I don't know. Even when I was watching the news, Rigathi Gachagua refused to name the flag bearer. If he himself cannot name the flag bearer, he said he gave an example of Kibaki that they named the flag bearer in October of 2002. Even now, he has refused to concede. Rigathi Gachagua has refused to accept that he was impeached. He has already refused. He has refused that he was impeached by parliamentarians. He has already refused that he was impeached by the Senate. How will he quickly agree that Kalonzo will be the flag bearer of the united opposition? That is just simple common sense. And I'm giving you common sense. If Gachagua, do you think he will quickly give Kalonzo? No. Ask yourself, my dear brothers and sisters, ODM, he will not go to Kalonzo Musyoka. All right? That is a sure bet. I can assure you. Are we together? ODM is more likely to cooperate with UDA than Wiper. Are we together? And that is how they're going to be swallowed, by being told that they will be given the deputy president. Are we together? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. So I said, ODM has already given William Ruto the signal that they want to be part of the what? Of the coalition of broad-based government. So if they already went to William Ruto, they have already refused to be part. They have not made any agreement with Wiper. There's no binding agreement with Wiper. So ladies and gentlemen, this is from analysis. You can say and you can tell that ODM will most likely, make an agreement with UDA. That is very clear from the look of things. That promise that there will be a united opposition with ODM, that is a pipe vision or a pipe dream. Already ODM has gone to UDA. So if you claim that there is no, first, number one, there is no binding agreement between ODM and UDA. Ladies and gentlemen, already UDA is in the process of swallowing ODM. So from that kind of mathematics, William Ruto already has 5 million in the bank, another 3 million from ODM, 1 million from Meru. So that's 8 million. Even from the word go, they've already lost. From the word go. All right? So this is very clear if you have eyes. And if you look at it with a very clear mind, you will see where the plan is going. That there is a very, very clear, they are very intentional. They want to work with ODM only. So that is how many votes are those in total? 5 million plus 3 million. That is 8 million, even without doing anything. Another 1 million from Meru. How will that party, Wiper, how will they win? Even if they go to with a coalition with the DCP, they cannot meet the threshold. Are we together? So I'm trying to tell you guys that if you are an investor, if you are trying to invest, going against that kind of mathematics is self-defeating. Anyone who has sense can tell you that ODM is going in the direction of UDA. Anyone can tell you. Number two, there are greedy elements in ODM, and they are willing to sell ODM. So, I've already explained to you. I was listening to the arguments of James Orengo in the Situation Room, and he was arguing that ODM, they are willing, in fact, they are going to bed with the enemy. So for the first time in the history of our country, here now, William Ruto will now, and ODM will be bedfellows. Are we together? So when you look at it from that kind of analysis, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at it from that kind of analysis, you will understand that it is not even too early to tell. In fact, what William Ruto needs to do is just to tell Kindiki to step down, and then they put a Jaluo in that deputy seat. That's it. That's a win in the morning, even without doing anything. So, what I'm trying to tell these guys from DCP is that for the first time in this election, the election of 2027 is for you guys to lose, not for William Ruto to lose. Are we together? So for those who are saying that, okay, I was listening to another argument that there are 6.3 new million voters, 6.3. And out of those 6.3 new Gen Zs, they're saying Gen Zs, they're saying there are 6.3. Those are the numbers. Okay? I don't want us to argue emotionally. I want us to argue numbers. All right? The same analogy, tyranny of numbers. Let's go with that analogy, tyranny of numbers. There are 6.3 new Gen Zs, 6.3. And out of those 6.3, you're saying you guys, let's argue. Out of those 6.3 Gen Zs, 3 million are from Rift Valley. 3 million. All right? So, I did the mathematics. Up to now, there are 22 million new, in total in Kenya now, there are 22 million voters. All right? So from the look of it, and the fact that all these areas that, that the opposition have, then the opposition because they don't register for voters. But in Rift Valley, my friends, in Rift Valley, they vote. They register to vote. So already, in fact, let me refresh my numbers. There are 6.3 new registered voters. Out of those 6.3 new registered voters, 3 million are Gen Zs. So already from the word go, William Ruto has 8 million voters in Rift Valley. If we update the numbers, all right? If we go with the new numbers, it's not even 5 million. It's not even 5 million, all right? Any questions up to there? And let me tell you something for free. Now, number 2, if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. And let me tell you, in this new election of 2027, I know most of you are saying it's too early to tell, but I want to assure you it's not too early to tell. You can actually tell how the elections will turn out. Because, ladies and gentlemen, already now, from the word go, William Ruto already, let me do the mathematics for you. Already, they are swallowing ODM. That is 3 million. They are already, that threshold of 11 million. Because in 2027, the threshold now, it will be 11 million. The threshold is not, you see, it's 50 plus 1. 50 plus 1. And once you get, you see the total number of voters in, those who voted in 2022 were 14 million. So it is 50% plus 1. Aya, let's do the mathematics. William Ruto got 7 million, right? So with 6 million new voters, let's give it roughly how many people vote. So the threshold in 2027 would be a little bit higher. All right? Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, you subscribe and you comment and you tell me where you're watching me from. I'm very happy to be here. Tell me where you're watching me from and be part of this channel. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. And I'm very happy to be here. It is 6th of March 2026. But somebody that is saying that it is too early to tell who is going to win. But I can assure you, it is not too early to tell, because looking at the events, the turn of events, what is happening, you can easily say the elections, how the elections will even, the outcome of the election before the election. Because what is happening, everything is aligning itself to favor William Ruto. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Everything is aligning itself. And you see right now, they are in people in ODM, they are very greedy. So to the advantage of William Ruto. So everybody will be lining to go to sell their party to William Ruto. Are we together? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Tell me where you're watching me from. And I'm very happy to be here. Any questions? Any questions? We have been here, discussing, politics. I love politics, and sometimes politics is usually something, I'm a political animal. When I go to my friends, I talk about politics. We can even talk about politics the whole night. We can do this politics the whole night. And I will not even feel tired. Yeah? So if you're new to this channel, be part of our program and be part of what we are doing. I want us to have a discussion that is constructive in nature, because this conversation is also you're part of this conversation. All right, so feel free to be part of this channel. So we can do, I tell my friends, we can do politics the whole night, we can argue the whole, I love it. It is something that comes naturally out of me because it is in my bloodstream. And if something already is in your bloodstream, are we together? We can do the whole night. Because why? It is in my bloodstream. And if something already is in your bloodstream, it means you are not tired because it is already fueled by your blood. It's in your bloodstream. Any questions up to there? Where was I? Ladies and gentlemen, let us continue. And I was telling you guys, don't blame me. It is in my bloodstream. We can do this the whole night. I'll not even get tired, even for 1 minute. Why? Because it's in my bloodstream. We can do this the whole night until tomorrow, until you will tell me, no, I'm tired. We can do this the whole night. And it is something that I'm very, very energetic about. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I was listening to this man called James Orengo while he went to have an interview at a place called The Situation Room. And I was listening to his argument. And he said exactly what I said. I said that the opposition as we speak is already disorganized. And there's no way in heaven or on where disorganization can win over organization. There is no way on earth where people who are not united can win against people who are united. Are we together? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell where you're watching me from. If you're new to this channel, be part of our program. And I love it. You know, some of the things that I love being here. Any questions? If you're new to this channel, be part of our program. Subscribe, comment. I love talking to you guys. Any questions? Any questions? And I was telling you guys, because I did my own mathematics and I thought that I would share that my analysis with you guys. I thought that is the best thing to do, like to share my analysis with you people, my brothers and sisters. All right. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. It is 6:11 a.m. We have been here the whole night, and I think that is if you're not passionate, you know, like the way we are, I don't know whether you people can understand. Sometimes it's good to be passionate about something, not just passionate about eating and eating and sleeping, be passionate about something, because when you're passionate about something, you have pool of knowledge. Are we together? Are we together? You have some pool of knowledge. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. And let me tell you guys, because I feel that 2027 is just a sure bet to William Ruto. And in fact, he's going to win even without doing anything. How? I know you people are wondering how. And I will tell you how. If with one move, with one blow, William Ruto is going to win. With one blow. Not two, not three, one. By swallowing ODM only. And giving them the deputy president. Only that. It's already gone. It's already gone. Already. That is over 8 million in the bag. Already. If he adds another 2 million from Meru, another 10 million. Even without even campaigning. You see, ladies and gentlemen, they say you secure your victory before going to war. And as we speak today, ODM, they are brokers of ODM. They are trying to sell ODM to William Ruto, and William Ruto is in the process of buying ODM, and he will buy it in the morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, and they will throw Babu Owino out. Once William Ruto gets, that is why Rigathi Gachagua was telling Babu Owino to not bother with ODM, because ODM has already been bought. So Babu Owino, if Babu Owino wants to be the governor of Nairobi, he needs to get out of ODM as quickly as possible and run towards Rigathi Gachagua, because William Ruto is buying ODM anyway. That's the worst kept secret. That is the most open secret today. The people like Gladys Wanga and all these guys and Oburu Odinga, they are selling ODM because they don't have the convincing power of what Raila Odinga had. So what they are going to do is sell it to William Ruto, and that's what exactly they are doing. They don't have the energy, they don't have the stamina like Raila Odinga. So the only thing they can do is to sell ODM to William Ruto, and William Ruto will buy ODM in the morning. Exactly. All right. So that is exactly the deal. In fact, it's 2 terms. 2 terms. So for all of you guys who wanted me to give you my own opinion about what is happening in our country, I've already told you. William Ruto, whether you people like it or you don't like it, already as we speak, he is at 70%. He's already at 70%. So the only percentage he doesn't have is the percentage belonging to who? To Rigathi. That is what he doesn't have. But he can easily buy Wiper. The only people who are not for sale, the only people, listen. The only people who are not for sale is DCP. But everybody is up for sale. Including Wiper. So if it's a question of buying, because the only people who are not invited is DCP. So if it's a question of buying people, everybody's up for sale. They'll buy ODM and they'll buy Wiper. In fact, 2. Buy two, get 1 free. So if you ask me, William Ruto is already at 70%. It's buy 2, get 1 free. Already ODM they've already given themselves up for sale. Wiper will follow suit. I'm just telling you, buy 2, you get 1 free. So, ladies and gentlemen, the only people who are still in the opposition, who will be left in opposition, is DCP. But all these others, including Maendeleo chapter, I was listening to the speech of Alfred Mutua during a funeral. He told the mourners that William Ruto had offered to swallow Maendeleo Chapchap, and by the look of it, he had already agreed. So when I did my mathematics, it is buy two get one free. You see, because what will happen is everybody is offering themselves to William Ruto, and that is why this person called Sonko has a new party which is popularizing. Eventually, he will offer it up to William Ruto as a living sacrifice to fetch a good price. That is why even Sonko has his own party. That you can even see the game. Come on, guys. Sonko has his own party, and he wants to ainonesha kidogo, make it fat, so that he can offer it as a willing sacrifice to William Ruto. That is buy two get one free. Already, the only people who will be left out. That's why I'm saying in 2027 it will be very easy for William Ruto, because already William Ruto is at 70%. Called James Orengo. He was saying that there's no way that William Ruto will win. What do you mean? What do you mean? There's this Mr. Moneybags. He will just give people money. Kenyans can easily be bought. Tell me who cannot be bought in Kenya. Tell me who cannot be bought. In this kind of economy, Kenyans are willing to be bought. And William Ruto in 2027, if then they will be bought at a good price. And I'm telling you guys for free. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. I want you to be part and parcel of this channel. I've already given you the mathematics already, even without doing anything. Even without updating the new voters, and that is without even updating the new voters. All right, without updating the new voters, there are 6.3 new voters. Let's go with the old figures, okay? Let's not even update the new voters. Let's go with the old figures. All right. Number one, Rift Valley, 5 million. I've just given you a very simple mathematics. That is very simple, very elementary, basic mathematics. Simple, elementary, basic, and I've called it 3 things. Simple, elementary, basic mathematics. That is very simple. Simple, elementary, basic mathematics. Very simple. And I will tell you. You see, ODM, the only person who couldn't be bought in ODM, who didn't want to be bought anyway, was Raila Odinga. But the rest, they are very, very willing. So, ODM is up for sale. All right? Even without even doing anything. 5 million is in the bag, Rift Valley. ODM, they will bring their 2 million. That's 7 million. In Meru, that's another 1 million. Even the rest, if they don't even cooperate, already that's 8 million. That's 8 million in the bag without campaigning, without even moving out of State House. That's 8 million in the bag. 8 million. Even if they join forces, the rest, and even they join forces, that is Gachagua, Wamalwa, that party, those guys I saw there, Wamalwa, I don't know. They can even join forces even with their grandmother, no problem. They cannot even get 4 million, all of them combined. Even if they are prayed with their grandmother, even if they are blessed with their grandmother, they cannot get 4 million. Hata waombewe na nyanya yao, they cannot even get 4 million. Even if they are blessed and their spit, hata watemewe mate na nyanya yao, they cannot even get 4 million, hata watemewe mate na nyanya yao. So already I've already given you very simple mathematics. Any questions up to there? Sasa mimi naambia ama jamaa hii hesabu hata muende, hata mimi nawaambia sasa ni yangu, hata mtemewe mate na nyanya yako hautashinda. Hata utemewe mate na nyanya yako, hiyo ni yangu. Sasa hiyo ni yangu, nimekutumia. Hata watemewe mate na nyanya yao hawatashinda. Enda utemewe mate na nyanya yako tuone, hautashinda. How? Already mmejisumbua bure. Kubali ukuje 2020 what? 2032. And let me tell you, all these guys, they're just creating, they're just the only thing that they can do is to start thinking about 2032 after William Ruto. Because right now William Ruto is too strong for these guys, and and everybody will tell you. In fact, if you have been very keen, the only person who is saying one term, who came up with that one term, is Rigiji na Nasiwafichi. And in fact, what made Rigiji to be thrown out is because he started saying that he can make Ruto a one-term president, which is a lie. So here you find he will be squeezed in a corner. Rigiji, again, he will be squeezed in a corner again, because once ODM and they go to the direction of because listen, you see the same wembe ni ule. You see what they did to impeach Rigathi. It is the same formula, because it's a formula, the same formula. Because one thing that William Ruto learned is that, so ODM, if ODM can just do a coalition with Rift Valley and we impeached Rigathi, then ODM again worked with me to impeach him at the Senate. That's a very good collabo. That's a collabo of the year. Collabo. Sindio? That is a good collabo. So, that is the same thing. That is how they are going to do. Whatever they did to him at the impeachment, it is the same collabo. Hiyo tu collabo. It's the same collabo that they are going to do. Sinaona walishikana ODM and UDA wakafanya collabo, wakasqueeze huyu jamaa anaitwa Rigiji. That is the same collabo. Collabo of the year. Hiyo collabo walioneo, hiyo collabo ilikuwa ina slap. Hiyo collabo ilikuwa ina slap. Sasa hiyo collabo, sasa hivyo ndo watafanya. Hata mimi nitashangaa, how is it that Rigiji does not see what is going to happen to him? How can you not see it? How can he not see it? Sure, that is the same collabo. Hiyo collabo tu, hiyo collabo ndo watafanya. The same thing, wamweke collabo tu, unaona. And that is exactly what I've been telling people, because they already have a formula. They have a formula to win. You see, from my perspective, it was you see this formula, what that made Uhuru to win was given by Moi in 2002. because he was told, since you are Kikuyu and you run in KANU, okay, the Kikuyus will give you, and then because you are the KANU flag bearer, Rift Valley will give you. So it was a formula by His Excellency the late Daniel Arap Moi. So it was a good deal. It was a good formula. Si ni kweli? Ilikuwa imechorwa na Moi. That is the same formula Uhuru used in 2012, 2013. He said he just needs people from Central and people from Rift Valley, and that was a sure win. 50+1. The same formula was used by William Ruto. He said, okay, I just need Rift Valley and Central, and then that's it. Now they use a formula to box Rigiji. The same formula is what they will use to do what? To box Rigiji again. The same formula is what they will use to box Rigiji again. So what they do, they'll just isolate him and box him. Unaelewa? That is the only thing that they need to do, to isolate Rigiji and box him thoroughly. That is exactly what will happen in 2027. And that is exactly what is precipitating. You can see it, that is the direction of the conversation. Any questions up to there? You know, we can do this the whole night. And I'm not even tired. We can do this the whole night, tomorrow the whole night, the next day the whole night, not even getting tired. So it's a formula. It's a collabo. Let me call it collabo of the year. Collabo. So they realized, the only way to beat this guy is through a collabo. Kafanya collabo hapo akamtandika. So that is the same strategy that they're going to use. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Tell me if you're enjoying this channel, be part of our channel. We don't get tired here. We reject that spirit of getting tired. Any questions? You can ask me your questions, and I'll be very happy to be here. It is 6:20. We have been here. Any questions? Any questions up there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I saw that team of Rigiji. That is, I can see somebody called David Maanzo, Eugene Wamalwa, this guy, Rigiji, Kalonzo and the former Speaker of Parliament, that is Muturi. And even if I do their mathematics, all of them combined, those who are standing there, all I did their mathematics, it's less than 5. It's less than 6 million. Less than 5 million. All of them combined. That is Muturi, Kalonzo, Rigiji, and Wamalwa. All of them combined. That is 5 million. That will be cancelled by Rift Valley. All of them, if they combine them, all of them combined. Already, that has been cancelled by Rift Valley. So, where is the win? The win will come from Ndiki. So Ndiki will bring another 1 million. So the difference between even them, all of them combined, that will be cancelled by one person. 5 to 1. Are we together? All of them combined cannot even reach 5 million votes. That will be cancelled by Rift Valley alone. Any questions up there? We're not going anywhere. We're just here to do the work. Any questions? Feel free to subscribe and comment. Do you enjoy this channel? Do you enjoy the channel? Feel free to be part and parcel of this channel. Any questions up to there? Subscribe and comment. I'm coming. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have, I hope that, let us continue. Any questions up to there? Let us listen into what Rigathi Gachagua said so that you can hear for yourself, okay? I don't want you to say that... let us listen.
And it goes back to the earlier question. Can you trust William Ruto on anything? That is the problem. What we know is that they are creating a fund that will not go through that will. He wants 5 trillion shillings.
That's 5 trillion shillings to bribe Kenyans.
I think first of all, just to go back to Senolal, the issue of borrowing. Because when you look at the instrument, I think it's close 5 to 8. It is for borrowing. But what is more dangerous is lack of parliamentary oversight. And that is bigger than the budget. So I think this is what we must take with a pinch of salt, because we know the people we are dealing with. It's a very highly transactional government, and the characters who are actually the key players in this have a history. And looking at what they're doing, or the extent they can go to make money, to commercialize, to put personal interests over national interests.
We're listening to Eugene Wamalwa.
Where you have the blood money, the diamonds, the gold, the RSF. You go all the way to the M23 in DRC, the diamonds there. These are people who can go to any extent for that extra money. What would stop such people from auctioning strategically what hopes do we have in this parliament? And we're saying it's not a matter of hoping. It's a matter of defending the national interest to court on the 12th of March. So we will not just live on hope. We are responsible opposition. We are going to take on this government step by step, blow by blow, and deal with it. Thank you.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us just think about what he said. He said that, there's the president and his team. They're going for 5 trillion shillings, and the problem that has been highlighted by Eugene Wamalwa is that there is no oversight of that 5 trillion. All right. So they're using financial instruments. They have engineered a fund of 5 trillion, and it will just go. It will just without the auditor general. So it will be. They have engineered a way to monetize this election, and exactly that is the problem. All right. So let us go back and listen to some of the things that they're saying, and let us hear some of these people. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. So let us continue listening. Any questions up to there? Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. It is 6:39 a.m. Let's listen to some of these politicians and hear the climate. Let us hear what they're saying.
Sometimes as leaders we can lie to ourselves too much. And we imagine that lying is now a currency. The way you can just lie to yourself, and you lie to yourself, this is white. And you write it as white. We recently had the Kenya pipeline IPO. Kenya Pipeline IPO was a flop. By the time the IPO was to be closed, it was less than 5% subscribed. So the government extended by a few days. In those few days,
you're listening to Ndindi Nyoro.
Kenya begged Uganda, Museveni, to come and put in money. That was not market driven. But Museveni, because he's experienced and he's looking for the welfare of Ugandans more than our leaders are looking after the welfare of Kenyans. Museveni gave two solid conditions. One, that he be given 2 board members, and number 2, that he holds veto power on appointment of CEO of Kenya Pipeline.
Hi. Did you hear that?
And the Kenya government granted Museveni and Uganda that request.
Hi. Pipeline.
So Ugandans didn't buy KPC shares. Ugandans were buying control of Kenya Pipeline.
Hi.
Because of the nature of their being landlocked and the need for fuel.
Okay.
The second thing, and I said it last week on Wednesday, and anyone who would want to challenge me, they can come with their evidence, and I'll come with my evidence. The IPO subscription by the closure was below 5%. Ugandans came with 21, they bought 21%. This other one, you are seeing the government reporting yesterday, that there is a 41% percentage bought by local companies. These are not local companies. These are government-affiliated companies. It is becoming a very bad trend. But the one trustee of NSSF are not the trustees we know, but the phone calls they are receiving from high offices. And I want to tell NSSF, anything you cannot do with your own money, do not put workers' money in suboptimal investments.
You're listening to Didi Nyoro.
The CEO of NSSF and the trustees, I contribute to NSSF because my salary is cut. If you cannot invest your own money in the Kenya Pipeline, do not put my money into that suboptimal investment.
You're saying Kenya Pipeline is suboptimal.
Because now we want to turn NSSF into a wallet of big offices. When they want to float a boat, they know there is workers' money put there. They put in money for Talanta boat. Workers kept quiet. They have been putting in money for these suboptimal decisions that the government is floating to them, which the commercial side of our economy is not taking. And they are receptive. I want to request NSSF, and the superannuation fund. You Kenyans who are sitting in those offices, where you cannot put your money, it is not right to put workers' money in those areas. So the 41% the government is purporting that this is Kenyan companies. It is NSSF, it is superannuation fund, it is Kenya Re, KCB we are being ensnared. I hope they refuse, and some other companies with only one rider, all being controlled by government. So you cannot come and tell Kenyans and lie to Kenyans. We had an IPO which was 1 or 5 oversubscribed. It is the phone calls that were made on Tuesday afternoon by you yourself who know yourself. You call the CEOs of these banks, instructing them to invest workers' money. And if I am wrong, let them come with minutes of the directors' meetings passing those investments, because there is none. And they want to meet and backdate. Kenya Insurance Company, there are other 40% Kenyans who own Kenya Re shares. You cannot continue to be dancing on the tunes of the political actors. It's either you run Kenya Re as a commercial entity, or then you fold it to become a pure parastatal, and then you run it through phone calls.
Okay.
NSSF, if you want to run NSSF.
Okay, we are listening to Ndindi Nyoro, and he said that, remember yesterday there was the the IPO of Kenya Pipeline, and it was reported that it was oversubscribed. But in reality, according to Ndindi Nyoro, he says that they just had 5%, subscription, but they called Uganda. So there's, according to Ndindi Nyoro, he's saying that Uganda owns a huge part of Kenya Pipeline. Let us continue listening to him.
SSF, through the whims of politics, then the trustees put in your money in there, wachana na pesa ya wafanyikazi kuwekeza pahali kama hiyo. It is very wrong in a market where we have already done our math here. You have seen the P ratio of a company of 22. There is a P ratio of a company at 5, another one at below 2, and then some people take in workers because hawana paying ya pesa ya workers. Na wamepigiwa simu, wanapeleka mabilioni ya workers pahali ambapo pesa haitarudi. If Kenya's money, the workers, ever miss to get their resources from NSSF, they will blame the phone calls that were made on Tuesday afternoon to the CEO of NSSF, to the CEO of Superannuation Fund, to the CEO of Kenya Re, and to the CEO of the other entities, which you are going to see when the real results of KPC are out, and which will show specific companies. It is not right. Tunakuja tunasikia wa Kenya, 105 over subscription, happy, you go happy. The money we are purporting is actually also not being paid, has not been paid. NSSF, we are only forced to give an undertaking. Even Superannuation Fund, there is no money that has hit the accounts of the receiving banks. It is commitments. Because there was no IPO. Don't tell Kenyans there was an IPO of Kenya Pipeline. This was a private placement. Only 2% of Kenyans bought the shares. Because they knew there was political interference even in pricing. The transaction.
This is very sweet. What Ndindi Nyoro is saying is that during you see, this IPO they're claiming, or they're purporting that there is 105% subscription, which is 112 billion shillings. The truth is, it is only 2% of Kenyans who bought in. The rest is money from NSSF and other, other big wallets, NSSF and and others. Any questions out there? Okay.